Henderson, coordinator for player engagement for the Miami Dolphins.
Yes.
Okay, make sure I'm not putting anybody in the playoffs. Welcome back to the Elevate podcast. Today we are so excited to bring to you Kayla Henderson, coordinator.
She's the GM of the Miami Dolphins. Is the coordinator for player engagement.
Yes.
Okay, so Kayla, tell us, what is a day in the life of Kayla?
Oh, okay. So, it looks different at different times of the year, as you can imagine. So, like, during the season, it's waking up super early. I try to have like a morning routine, but I'm struggling with it. So we're gonna work on that this year.
2020?
But I usually get to work at like 8 a.m., like 7:45 a.m. So in the morning, I try to like do just at least movements, like breathe, like meditate for like 5 minutes. I haven't like entered that like realm of meditate for like 20 minutes just yet, but we'll get there again. But I get to work like 7:45, 8, and then it's just all hands on deck all day.
Like when you walk out.
Yeah, like, and it's not too crazy during the season, but I'll go have breakfast with the guys on the team. And just hang out, talk, like what's going on at home, how are you, like what's up, what's going on today, what do you need? And then it's just football all day, every day, just planning. We do a lot of work with rookies, so just like planning for different sessions we have with them, things like that. And then I usually just, after work, I love working out. And I love going to like studios. Like I'll do Pilates. Like I'm in my Pilates bag. Right? Oh, that's Pilates era. I'm like get the cute little outfits, but I enjoy like doing yoga, like Pilates and all that stuff outside of the facility because work takes up a lot of my time. But when I get a chance, like be around other women or just like outside without being like outside, like I enjoy that.
Outside but out the way.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. But
I'm having an ADHD moment. But because she's from Atlanta. So if you A-Town girl, when she says she'd be outside, but she'd stay out the way at the same time. That's what was fun. Okay, I'm so fine. The side. Okay, got it.
Yeah. No, I love that little Atlanta moment. But yeah, like that's like where like I have like in season it's like heavy work stuff, right? And I love it. Like I love talking to like the players, like families, like just different people, just being in that environment. And then off season is more like, okay, let's go out to eat, let's go get drinks, like let's have fun, doing that kind of stuff. Still working, obviously, but traveling.
Yeah, we are booking flights because I hear the girls' trips in Aruba.
Oh, it got changed to DR though. So we're not
on a sanctuary.
That's where you went?
Yeah, and it was amazing.
Dang it. We were staying at like I think it's like the Excellence El Carmen or something.
I'm sure it's going to be fabulous. I had a great experience.
I'll take it. I've never been there before. But I'm like, every year me and my friends go somewhere. Like, we go on a trip. So,
I was looking at Kayla's DM. Just said, invite us. We vocalize.
Hey, with these. If you want to come to DR, I'll send you the taxis.
Don't tell that's for good times. There's one thing about Jordan and I, we gonna book a flight.
I love that. Like, I love the people, especially the girls, are like, oh, you want to do something? Like, let's do it. Because
always making it out the group chat.
Always. Like, this, if I put it out there, like, it has to happen. So, yeah, DR this year.
But, well, make sure it's not around my birthday because I want to do like.
She wants to do a yacht in Miami.
No, but listen.
That's true.
I want to do a yacht in Miami, like in our pajamas with like karaoke and like wine and cheese and just like. Just a moment.
You're speaking my language. I'm such a foodie, and I love a charcuterie board, like wine, all that stuff. So
we will ask, like, when we travel, like, what do you guys do first? Eat?
That's what I'm doing first, in the middle, and last. Food is like my thing. I love food. I love to cook, like all that stuff. I just like a foodie.
But you only really get to do this when, like, you're off season.
Yeah, right. But I'm so like. Big, like this whole thing about like work-life balance is always a discussion, and during this season it's so hard to like do little things, but I have to find pockets of things that like I want to do. So like it might be going to work out, or I'll just bake. Like I'll spend like a Saturday because we get done like a little bit early on Saturdays, and I'll bake something, and then I have people to bring it to, and then they give me like absolutely unfiltered like feedback. This is perfect hour. So it's perfect because I'm making cinnamon rolls and cakes, and I'm not gonna eat it all. Like I only want like a slice or two, or or three, but I eat will taking it to work, and then they'll give me feedback, and I'm like, all right, like this is fun. But yeah, so
That's cute. We love a girl in her self-care era.
I'm all about it because it's just I'm very ambitious, driven. Like I do work a lot, but like I'm so about self-care and like take care of my mental, like my body. It's just so necessary.
And getting it where you can get it.
Yeah.
Because like you said, work-life balance, but when you're when you're ambitious, like I would say, like I need to find a therapist list of like a therapist. So if you're out there and you're listening to this, I would love a list of like therapists that focus on like high performing, like high achieving, like crazy ambitious women.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's a different like niche.
Yeah.
Of like the therapy that you're gonna give, like that some therapists have given me in the past. I'm like, no, that's not me, fam. I'm like, yes, that's not me. So, but I love this about you, like taking it where you can get it, because I think when you are ambitious and you do work in sports, you have to understand that there really isn't a such thing as work-life balance, but what there is prioritizing yourself and prioritizing your mental health, prioritizing your self-care, and what that looks like in these different seasons. It's just different. So when you're in on-season, that self-care is going to look like your girls' trip. It's going to look like Pilates studio at least 3 times a week. It's going to look like, drinks with the girls. That's what it's going to look like in off-season. During the season, it's going to be, I got to that one class. Yeah, boo. I drank my latte by myself today. Oh, like what a gift.
Yeah.
It looks different.
No, for sure. For sure. And I'm so big on just like structuring things out. So my mornings, even when I get to work, okay, I might have breakfast, like do work in that way, like meet with the guys, like talk to them. But then I get my coffee, I go to my office, and I plan my day. And I like schedule in, like, you're going to work out at this time, no matter what. And then obviously, like, it fluctuates and everything, but just being like very intentional and prioritizing the things is like so big for me. I think go crazy.
I think a lot of people get caught up in the glamour of sports, right? Like, oh, you're so lucky. You're with these people doing these things. And you know what? We are. And Alex and I have always said that we will never take for granted the opportunities that we presented.
Yeah.
Like, it is still cool to us to, like, go to training camp or to be on the sideline of a game or to experience a win with, people you know and care about. So we never, ever, ever want to take those experiences for granted. But there are a lot of late nights. Like, this week, we got a call from a player at 11 p.m. We got a call from a player at 3:30 in the morning. Like,
hey, love to do that.
Don't do it.
Hey, what are you doing?
Oh,
Sleepy?
they're like, what are you splitting? But a lot of the things they need are type sensitive. And so we have to be sensitive to those things too. Like, I went to the Grand Cayman one time and worked the entire vacation, and there was no choice not to. Like, sometimes you just have to knock those things out, and we're fortunate to be able to do it. But I think, like, prioritizing that self-care is so important to be able to have that balance.
You're 100%. And then even speaking to your intentionality and having to be kind of on all the time, especially in your role, but like you have to have some level of genuine care about the people that you work with and understand, like, yes, they're my colleagues, but it obviously went a little bit deeper than that, right? So in your role, how are you utilizing that as a time to educate and empower, they're your teammates too, like your teammates to do the things that they need to get done and do the things and be the people that they need to be.
Yeah. I think it's just all based on relationships. Like, the stronger I can have a relationship with the guy, and it could be, obviously, like, with different guys, I have different relationships with them, right? But, or different, like, levels. Like, I might know their families, like, really well for one guy, but I might not know anyone in their family for another guy, but we click over, like, books or something like that. But, like, utilizing those moments and those relationships, like, dive in like a little bit deeper. Like some guys I can call or like text, or when I see them, I'll be like, you need to do this. Like, you need to do this player development, like opportunity sessions, like build your network. And like, I'm not going to talk to you about it anymore. Like, sign up. And then some guys I have to like go in a little bit different. But I think it's just understanding the relationship that I have with that person, understanding their dynamics, like understanding who they are. Like, it's just not about me. Like, I think a lot of people try to force players, like, oh, you should do this, you should do this, you should do this. And it's like, no, but what's their background? Like, where they coming from? Like, what do they care about? What have they been taught? What have they not been taught? Like, all these different things. And it's like, if I can develop a relationship with you and understand that and like believe in you and like trust that, like lead from like my point of view or like from your point of view of things, and I can help guide you in that way. But it can't be me telling you what to do all the time. My dad, people telling them what to do all the time. But I feel for me and my role is good to empower them. Like, I want you to see it and that light bulb to go off, and then for them to be like, oh yeah, maybe I should do this. And the whole time I've been like plotting and planning for them to say that. You know what I mean? They just didn't see it that way.
Like, I made you think it was your idea.
Exactly. That's how you get them. But that's how like it works for anyone. Like, I don't want people telling me what to do all the time. Like, I want to come up with my own thing. And then once you do that, like, they're more likely to show up on time. They're more likely to be invested.
Never heard that part.
But they're more invested to be invested in whatever it is versus I'm telling you to do this now. You don't really want to show up. They're not showing up with a good attitude, like whatever it might be. So it's just relationships for me. Like, I thrive off that. Like, I really care about like not only the players that I work with, but like staff too. Like, tell me about what drives you. Like, how can I make connections for you to show up and be your best self? Like, that like motivates me. So I love my job for that because it's what I do with everyone. And I'm like, even if I meet someone on the street, I'm like, okay, so what do you like? Like, oh, this is so see. So it's like, it's perfect.
We have started when we're networking to just be like, I'll tell you about me. Like, it's fun. You can learn about me in a minute, but like, tell me everything about you. Because if I know everything about you, I know who to connect you to. And I hit the biggest dopamine hit from being like, oh my God, I know somebody you should know. I'm going to make an intro. Like, it's my favorite. I know what you say, Instagram. You're like, oh my. Can we talk about Indy? Can we talk about Indy? Oh, do you know? Okay, so we'll protect privacy, yes. But we obviously do a lot in Indy with the combine out there every year. We go to Indy, so it was really important to us to build relationships and their teams. You know, the Pacers, the Fever, are having a hot moment right now. They have more nests. They have everything in Indy, and Indy's such a small city, and I love Indy too because it's the walkable.
Right.
Unless you're the odds. Alex does not know more than 0.25 miles, so Alex,
It's cold.
Alex will have us in an Uber for 1 minute. And it's because we only take Uber Blacks, which I love. I love that.
Okay, some real bougie.
Even if I'm not gonna pull y'all, I'm gonna get my heels stuck in the cobblestone.
Right.
So we wanted to deepen our relationships in Indianapolis because we're there, and you know, we just wanted to have a solid team for when we call or we ask what's going on or whatever. So we hosted an elevated space. It was actually our first one. It was where we got the idea. But it's like, we know a lot of really cool people who do a lot of really cool things, and we truly believe that you're one connection away from like changing your life. So we host this event in Indianapolis, and we bring our friend who we had actually met at the Combine. Well, then some other friends that we had invited someone else, and we checked in. We sent holiday gifts this year, and we got a text, and I was like, thank you so much for the holiday gift. I actually have to thank you because at your event, I connected with this other person, and now we're dating. And it's going really, really, really well.
Okay, so I need y'all.
Welcome to the Elevate Matchmaking.
They love it, does she?
And there's
I love you.
two really powerful people in sports, but in like different areas, you know? So I'm like, that's true love changing lives. And I love that. It was the best. I called Alex. I was like, you're not going to believe this. The best thing has happened.
Oh my God. That's so amazing. I love that too. Like I took the strengths test, like I think it was like Strengths Finder or whatever. And one of my strengths is being the connector. And I just get such a high from it, like, oh, you like to golf? Let me introduce you to the guy who also likes to golf. And I don't know, like I just get, I don't know what it is, like a huge shot of like dopamine every time. But that's beautiful. Like a love connection is a different level of connection.
That is a different level of systemized. It's like, oh, Angie, kapay is yeah, we have had a lot of people asking if we're hosting for Combat, and I know we'll hit around to it.
Well, I'm like, we'll get around to it. Literally, it's in like less than a month. We will get around to it.
It's going fast.
This year. Like, come and boss it us. But I love everything that you said about that because, like, those are the things I believe make, one, I think it makes us good at our jobs. I do too, all of our jobs. But I think it's what makes you probably incredibly successful in the role that you're in. And not only successful from, you know, quote unquote, corporate standards, but successful in the realm of connecting with your players as human beings. And that's going to continue to set you apart in that role. And I think that's going to continue to set you apart in their lives. Like, you're going to be the one. Right. So, like, no, I'm so serious. And I think people don't, like, your resume can say this, you know, you can have this degree, that degree, but this is the stuff that's not on your resume. How do you have the ability to connect and relate? Like, that is different. Do you have to experience you to really understand that? So how do you convey that on like a resume, you know?
Yeah, and I think that's the cool thing about this role that I'm in is it fits me like on a personal level, right? Like some things, like kind of like you're saying, you just can't teach. And I think I just naturally have always been this person. And I've worked your sign. I'm a Scorpio, not back on target. So I've worked in sports, like I worked in this type of role, like development of like athletes for my entire career. So there's some things like, you know, I have to be able to say or whatever, but I think I just really care about people. So it just serves me in this role. Like, and it doesn't feel like a job. Like I feel like I get to do something really cool each day, like cool experiences, cool people, but it's just, I get to connect and like learn about people and like help put them on to certain things or help them, yeah, like hopefully make a difference. Like I feel like that's we talk about legacy, obviously, all that. Like that's the legacy I want to leave is like that I showed up in someone's life and like helped them in some way or like at least listen to them. Like they felt heard around me. Like that's super important to me.
I have to give you your flowers in this moment because this is probably twofold for you, what I'm about to say. But we got to experience Jordan Poyer's event with you last night. Yeah, it's Luminate, who was also on the podcast, and we're so thankful for. But yes, I'm sure it was a self-care moment for you, but I'm sure it also meant the world to one of your athletes that, like, you were there supporting his new business venture. Like, that is incredible. And I know that
personal time.
Yeah, not something that's required of you in your position. Like, that truly speaks to your character and how much you do care about the people that you're working with and impacting their entire lives.
Well, that means a lot. Like, I thank you for saying that too. And I think that's the thing is you can like go to school, you can learn all these things, you can learn like the business side of things. We're just showing up for people. And we were talking about this a little bit before, but a lot of these players, they're not used to people just showing up for them for no like reason, no gain for themselves sometimes. But even if when I first got into my role, I didn't really know. I was nervous. Like, how do I make these relationships? Like, what do I do? Like, how do I gain like trust? But then I was like, you know what? Just show up. Like community events, went to them all. Like every single one I tried to go to. Like if they were doing something small, like one guy wanted to, he would like wanted to do stuff like a dog, like not dog daycare, but it was like a adoption place or whatever. And I don't even like dogs. So that's the great thing. And I went and I'm like acting like I'm like a big dog person. I'm like, I don't even really rock with dogs like this. Put up here. And it was just so cool. Like me and him don't really have a lot of, on the outside looking in, like similarities or like connection points. Go we do. And so even showing up for him like that was like, okay, cool. Now he talks to me so much more. And we like chat about dogs and stuff that like I'm never going to buy a dog. He's like, have you bought one yet? I'm like, oh, not yet, whatever. But just showing up for people is so big. So even with the event, I'm like, yeah, like I got something out of it of like my own sense of like a therapy session, but just showing up, like, especially for someone that's unrelated to their sport, like to just one factor of their life, like how can I show up for you as a person? Like nothing at first, but you. Yeah.
So I think that's what a lot of people don't realize, and I think it was, I won't say weird for us in the beginning, but something that we had to get used to was when we would be just talking to like any of our clients, if like, oh, I have to go to work, and we're like, work, but it is,
Yeah.
that is their job.
Yeah.
And they forget to say that all the time, right? Oh yeah, well I have work on this. I got to be at work. And I need the outside work, and that's what we see, right? Like practice, you get to go play football,
Right.
but they're like, that is their job. But they are people that are coming to work, and you're so focused on the person that is coming to work, which is allowing you to be so successful in your role. Which that's legacy, my girl.
Oh, that's the goal. Like that is the ultimate goal. Like I think it's just so cool just to show up for people. And it's cool, like they're doing something like really, really cool that millions of people want to be able to do one day or like wish they could do. But it's like, yeah, because this person also cares about self-care or dogs or the environment or whatever. Yeah, you have fashion, like whatever it is. Like I think the world sees them one way, but to be able to see them in a different way is like the fullest part. Like, no, this guy cares about some of the other things. Like, it should just work for her. Yeah. But
It's really important to remember that there's a person behind the player.
yeah. Yeah. I had to tell that to one of our rookies this year. It was such a funny, like, experience, but it wasn't funny because he messed up in a game and he was like really nervous about like what could happen or whatever.
Like, is this fine? How fake is this fine gonna?
He was like, oh God, what's going to happen? And he said he got back to the locker room after the game. He checked his phone and was like, oh my gosh, should I post something? Like, I forgot if I posted something earlier. Didn't post anything. It was fans and people like going off in the comments about the mistake that he made in the game. And I was like, Kyle, like, they don't care about you, unfortunately. Like, they just see the number. They really don't even know your face probably fully. Like, they just see like the logo, all this stuff. And they don't care, and that's the unfortunate reality. But I care, like, but it's so unfortunate that people don't see them as humans and people. It's like there's way more than just football.
And while we're here, I just want to do a little PSA. Like, if you play fantasy football and all that stuff, do not slide into their DM because they messed up your fantasy football nonsense or your parlay. Like, that is rude. Make it stop.
It's weird.
That is it. It's weird. Yeah, stop doing that.
And it really does hurt their feelings. Like, they have full feelings, and they have trained really hard to get to this moment. Like, do you think they wanted to make that play?
You're right.
Like, no, they didn't want to act like that. Like, they didn't want that mistake. Like, it's a mistake. We are all human, and we all make mistakes. See,
I get so defensive. I'm like, well, then you do it. Like,
Yeah.
you out there and catch a football.
So you want to talk it back in the comments?
But like, that's when I step into mom mode. I'm like, don't talk about him like that.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Alex left her car in reverse in my driveway and had to run a 40-yard dash, and we knew right.
Okay, videos. Someone else posted it. I can't remember. Someone posted it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I know her. It was me. And y'all right to the car quick.
I did, and I was in heels. I didn't realize. But let's not. Wait, guys. Shh. Are they gonna give me off my insurance?
No way.
Like, we're fine, right?
Anyway, none of us are running the 40-yard dash at the combine. That's what I was saying. That is hard work. That is hard work.
Yeah, like, I wish people could respect the craft a little bit more. Like, I get it's fun. You get to get drunk with your friends and, like, win your fantasy football league. But there is a craft to this. Like, they are elite athletes. Like,
And they work their tails off.
all part.
And can you imagine walking into your job and they're like, terrible job last night? Like, really, Lou, you were in that's not up.
I would cry. Yeah, it's a high pressure situation, which I think is the cool thing about my job too. Is it's such a high pressure job for them. It's like, how can I help alleviate so you can relax and show up as your best self, you know? So
That's so important. All right, you are an incredible female in sports, and we love to see it. We are big fans of women in sports. Are there any types of adversity? I picked up if she was banana. Are there any types of adversity that you face? And how do you handle that?
Yeah. Um, there probably is, but I think I think about it a little bit different too. When I first got the job, I was so nervous. Like being a woman, there was probably 6 women in our building that work like directly with the players. Probably less than that. And in our building, it's like 60 people, so it's not a lot of people. There's obviously a lot of people that work in my sales and all that stuff, but they don't touch like the football side of things. And I remember my first or second day, I was like changing to go to practice, like, cause it's hot. So I don't just like get dressed up or like dress down to go to work or anything or like to practice. But I got so nervous. I'm like, are these shorts too short? Like, should I wear makeup to work or like, should I not wear makeup to work? Like, am I going to be thought of differently if I like present a certain way? Like, I was just so nervous about how like feminine to be. It's not going to look like, oh, she is only here to like be flirty, like really like crazy things, but things that were going through my head. I'm like, I want to have a brand that doesn't make you like question what I'm here for, like that I'm here for work and that's it. But after like a week or so, I called my friend because she works in sports, and she was like, "Girl, little makeup. Like, don't do too much, but like, look good. Like, you're fine. Like, be cognizant of, what you wear, things like that." But I think that's an extra layer, right? Like a thought process that that I have to think about. Like, just being like, we all have to think about being women in sports. Like, you're going to get perceived a certain way, and perception is a huge thing because it is such a small community. Like we all know each other. Once you get to this level, like everyone kind of knows someone or knows someone or knows someone. So I was very, very cognizant about my own, like the perception that I give off, and I'm still very cognizant of it. But I think that's something to like get over. Like it took me like a week or two to be like, it's fine. Like just show up. But of course, I'm not gonna wear like short shorts or anything or like do too much. But there is another additional layer of like how to carry myself, right? To being a woman in this space. But that honestly is like the biggest thing that I've had to deal with. Like oftentimes I'm the only woman like on the field or like in the room, right? And I don't think about it. And then I look around, I'm like, dang, like it's just me in here. This is so crazy. I know I kind of feel powerful. I'm like, yeah, like it's me. I'm not. But I know I talked to a bunch of women, like a bunch of like younger girls who like want to get into this space, and they're like, "Do you fight men shut you out or whatever?" And I'm like, they could, but I don't care either.
No, you would buy.
Like I'm here, and it's like I'm in my 30s now. I'm 31, so it's like okay, like I've worked up to this level, right? But if I'm in this room, I'm supposed to be in this room. Like you could try to shut the door, like whatever, but if someone does that, I don't even really fully think I see it because I don't care. Like that doesn't mean I don't get like nervous or scared or whatever about like being in certain situations or like having to show up. But no, I'm like, you're not gonna tell me what I can and can't do. Or like we're all here. Like you, whatever.
Yeah. So, do you have any advice for younger girls looking to get into sports?
I feel like we can all agree on this. It's connections, like networking. Yep. Okay. That is the biggest thing. I think doing a good job was also important. Like put out good work, do a good job of owning your craft, like just putting out good things and making good connections, being detail oriented, all that stuff. But nothing is going to get you further than a connection.
It truly is about the like it truly is. Life is truly about who you know.
It is. Even how I got my job, like I knew my boss for maybe like 4 or 5 years since I worked in college athletics. He works in college athletics before too. And he got the job with the Dolphins. And I was still at work. I worked at Clemson for some other places.
Clemson girly. I didn't know that.
Come on.
That's amazing. I got to help 2 of the rookies to relocate this year, and I was so excited.
Fun. I love Clemson.
It's like, go Tiger. And then I got to go to the Clemson Georgia game and saw one of my rookies there, so cool, which was kind of sad because we lost, but it was still just a beautiful moment in Atlanta,
And in Atlanta, so many connections.
Where? Do you have ADHD?
Probably.
I feel like the most successful people in life have some level of ADHD.
You know, it's so crazy because I'll talk to people, but I'll be thinking about 5 different things, and I'll go to each of them, and they'll be like, "Wait, what were we talking about?" I'm like, "I was trapping. I don't know." Right, like follow along, like keep where you at. But I think advice to girls.
Yes, it's
Yeah. I think just the connections. Oh, this is what I was saying about my boss. So I was working at Kempson. He made it to he got the job with the Dolphins, and I saw him at a networking event. I'm like, hey, congrats! Like one day I will work in wear engagement in an NFL. I'm gonna keep it cute, light. That's it. Like I'm not gonna say anything else. And we stay connected, whatever. And then I'm like in my office one day, and he gets promoted, and I text him, and I'm like, hey, like congrats on the promotion. He texted me back like a day or so later and was like, did you still work in the NFL? And I was like, yeah.
nourish those relationships.
I think so, yeah. So then we talked, like, of course, I started to do the interview, like, all that stuff. Like, I started to show up. So I also tell people, like, have the connections, but you still got to do good.
If to earn it, we still earn it. It's not gonna
Like, don't just go into the interview thinking, oh, I got it just because I knew someone here. Like, no. But yeah, and it was like 2 years between my first like time telling him I want to work in the NFL to that happening, and that was it. Like just knew the right people. It's crazy.
There's 2 takeaways there for me. One is intentionality is everything, and we truly believe that. Like how you do one thing is how you do everything. So you consistently showing up, texting him, congratulating him, not looking for anything immediate in that. And that's what we call planting seeds. Like we could take you to plant those seeds and nurture and cultivate you watered your garden.
Yeah, yeah. It's so crazy, and that's what I tell people too. Is I knew at that time of my life, I was like, I want to change, but I don't know what it is. And I was like crying, like praying to God, like, what is it? Like, I feel like you're preparing me for something, and I don't know what it is. Like, I'm so uncomfortable right now. Like, I want something more. Like, I want my career, my life to look like this. Like, Flipson is a wonderful place. It's different than Miami, right? Like, so I was like, I kind of want to live in a city. Like, I love my job, but I want a little bit more out of like my life on the outside, you know, like.
I'm just thinking about you being at least Miami Club instead of the SO.
Crazy, right? Like I was eating wings after a Clemson football game.
You have not been in many fields in Miami.
So it's just I was trying to like paint a picture of my life, and I was like praying so hard about it. And then this happened, but it was like cultivating and like throwing out like the seeds, like watering my own garden. Like I was like posting on LinkedIn, I was praying, I was talking to people like this is what I want to do. I don't know like exactly what it looks like anymore, but hey. And then I got a call, so I'm real. It's so crazy.
Well, something we asked every person, of course, all the time, interactions, but it's in the podcast too, is what is that one thing right now that you believe our community, someone that's listening, anyone could do for you to move your needle forward to that next? What would that be?
Oh my gosh, that's such a good question. I think for me, like this is gonna sound cliche, but like just to show up in a way, like open that door, like open that like line of communication, because I'm gonna show up. Clearly, you talked about this. Like I enjoy that, but I think I really care about meeting genuine people and making connections and be connected to make connections on behalf of people, like in a good sense, like not just for my own self. So yeah, just being that connection, open door, but from a caring spot. Yeah, you know. So
Anything for you personally?
oh God.
Anything you need? Is there like a connection that you need right now? Do you want Instagram? Like yeah. What would move your personal needle forward?
Oh my gosh, that's such a good question. I don't know.
Oh, she's gonna think about it.
Yeah,
I think the text, that's what that is.
no, seriously. Because I'm like, what is it like personally? I feel like I mix up the two so much sometimes. But
We call this a one big ask. Yeah. So, we encourage people to implement this to your life. Like, when you are making those connections out in public, like, it's not always about us and what we can do for ourselves. Like, what can I do for you? Like, truly, like, what is your what big ask? Like, do you need me to follow you on Instagram? Like, would that change something for you? Do you need me to introduce you to Kayla from the Miami Dolphins? Like, what's your one big ask? And I think it's really changed our business 100%. Pouring more into others than just worried about me. Instead of me walking into a room and be like, hey, I need. I'm like, how can I serve you? And having that servant heart.
It's all about servant leadership. I think once you've gotten to a place of understanding that principle, you realize what it takes to be a servant leader in your life. And that leadership is one thing, but I think people that have the mindset of serving other people, that to me demonstrates true leadership. Is when you know that you have more there's so much more weight in showing up for somebody and serving somebody than it is for your own gain.
Yeah, that's real. I like that. I'm really gonna have to like keep thinking about.
We're gonna educate you that though. Yeah, I'm about to put a reminder on my phone since we're done recording. So I'll just,
please do. Noise. You will be accountable.
you need this because I'm working on. So a little words project. So that's yours now. And once you're supposed to pass them on, and I collect them with little words projects. Are amazing, but
It's just so cute.
you've got to pass them on. Like once something has served you well, then do you have to pass it on? So I just gave her one of our Elevate ones that I wear all the time because I think it's time that you just be reminded that you are elevating the lives of other people. So it's okay for you to be elevated too.
Wow, this is like so beautiful. Like, that's cute.
But you get it. I wear mine as that.
Yeah. No, I love that. And elevate is such a strong word too, because it is something like, again, being like driven and ambitious. Like I want to get to that next level, whatever it is, and just grow in my just life. So
You don't have to know what it looks like. You did actually want to elevate. That's enough.
yeah. And me and my friends talk about this all the time too. Like how do you know you're growing or you're elevating if you don't know where you're going? And it's like, you know what? I'm just going to trust God on this one. Like,
I think it's more about but you know where you're at. It's different. We don't know where you're going necessarily, but you've got to know where you're at.
yeah.
And if you can at least have a starting point,
Yeah.
that's a hell of a lot further than having to know where you want to be. Because it's one thing to know where you want to be and like where you want to get to, but not know where you're at to know where to start to get there. I think having a starting point, having a baseline of where you're at, is far more powerful than not knowing where you're at and having this goal. And I'm like, yep, I'm going to do this, but you don't even know where you're at right now.
That sounds true. We talk about this a lot. Make sure you're not always moving that goalpost. So make sure you're living in the right now, because it's so important to be like, hey, this moment is really cool. Look, even this moment, this is really cool. Like, this is something that we prayed about and hoped for and dreamed for and manifested. I don't want to take these moments for granted. Like, this is what we wanted. Like, this is the dream.
Yeah.
Well, that is literally like when we sat down, we're like, what is the mission of our business? What is it, Alex?
It's to do cool shit with cool people around us, like cool people go like. Yes, do cool shit with our friends.
Like with
That or like,
you said it.
that's it.
I love that. And I think that's like big too, because I also tell this to like girls, like younger women or whatever that want to get into sports or just professionally grow, is I think about everything about how I want my life to look around just in general. Like, how do I, like, what pajamas do I want to wear? Like, do I want, like, I want the sad pillowcase. Like, do I want to wake up and put on a robe and, like, have a skincare routine? It's like, oh, not just yet. But
You're romanticizing my life, and I love it.
exactly. Like, when I leave work, do I want to drive to a restaurant right down the street and meet up with a friend or my man? Or, like, something, grab a drink before I go home? Like, I think about everything, like, the picture I want my life to look like. And then even though I don't know where we're going or I'm like still enjoying where I'm at, it's like I have this picture, like it's going to happen. Like it's going to happen. I just don't know like the intricate details, and I just see that vibe.
Well, that's why we talked about the black car. That's why we do it.
Yeah.
Because we like the way it makes us feel when we pull up. We get our energy right in that black car, and then we step out, we're ready to take over. Like, it's going down.
I'm so big on that. Like, he meant for my birthday, I got dressed up. We all got a nice car, drove down to the city,
Yep.
had dinners. Like, you just feel good.
You feel different in a black car.
Right. It's so crazy. And I think being in the sports world, right. I think being in the sports world, you get so, you see so much stuff. You see how people live life. And it's like, okay, no, I don't see why people spend a little bit more money.
On that.
Right?
Experience that.
Right. Exactly. And then you do it and you're like, oh, this is fun.
I just saw a TikTok series about like 10 everyday it girl moments. And it's even like having a nicer hand sanitizer or the lotion that you put on your body and getting yourself to like into that wealthy mindset and into that mood and like setting the frequency early and then how that sets you up for success for your like long-term dream life.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like getting ready as you go.
Yep.
That's it. Which is so fun. Because then it's like, then it's going to be so normal to you. And now things that I wish, like I could, my little like girl self to think that I'd be sitting here on a podcast talking to other women like this. We're down in Miami and Fort Lauderdale, like on a roof. Like what? Like this is so fun. Like you're living. But like there's so much that you can just do.
This is the dream, and I don't think any of us ever thought we would be here. If by all us, we all should. We should. For sure.
Right? It's so crazy. But this is what happens when you meet like-minded people and that like really care again. Like I don't like being around people who like don't care about other people, right? Or like your energy brings you around people with the same energy. So
Well, I'm grateful for your energy.
yeah.
They also grateful for y'all. Oh, sorry, my bad. And he's so much for being here, and we're grateful for your energy.
Thank you for joining us today. And keep elevating your life and the lives of those around you. You are an incredible human being, and we're all lucky to have you.
Thank you. And on that note, you know why you have to elevate, right? Because your only obligation is to tell it straight. Oh, said Drake.